Welcome to Hope Happenings. This show is made possible by Channel 3 and the Hope Center. Can you believe it's back to school time already?
I know.
It came so quickly.
Oh,
It's already September.
I know. I can't believe it. Where did the summer go? So are you girls like back into the routine of bedtimes and homework and getting up early?
Everybody's looking at me because it's like, no. When you have a child that's in sports and a very busy sports schedule, all of our first games were away. And so we had several away games before we even got to have a home game. So the start of school for us was a little bit rocky. Not that there was a whole lot of homework, but there were some really late nights because there was some homework, and we've just not got that balance just yet. But I'm breathing, and we're all working together. We haven't had too many meltdowns, thankfully, and so we're getting there.
Yeah.
Luckily, our first games have been at home, so that's taken the burden off. We're new into the sports thing.
Yeah.
So she's doing a good job, and it really does take some time management skills after school to learn to do your homework.
Yep.
Either on the bus or on the gym floor before you leave for your game or before you suit up, to be there. And so that's a great life skill.
When my daughter was in 7th grade, they did a really good job about making sure that they homework first, get it done, get in here, let's get this, and they could eat and do their homework at the same time so that, it wasn't so much work on them when they did get home. Mm-hmm. But over the next few years, they won't stress that so much, and so it tends to be more up to them, and we'll get it down. It's just the newness of high school and the newness of, it's a whole new world. From leaving middle school and going to the high school is completely different. Mm-hmm. And, she makes that statement almost every day.
She's more grown up now.
Yeah.
I expect more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and no, it's not just that. I mean, just like the, freedom, if you will, of, the rules aren't as strict in high school as what they were in middle school. So that's the part that she's got to figure out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So whether your child is starting school in K-12 or they're starting daycare, it can be very overwhelming as a parent. Cradle's Child Care is here to help. Cradles has been open since the fall of 2014, and we just want you to know that we are available to the public.
Yes, and the cost of Cradles is based on the parent's ability to pay, and so there are some support services available to secure funding through community donations and vouchers. Parents are responsible, though, for providing diapers, wipes, formula, and food for their child.
Yes, and $90, if there's anyone out there that wants to support Cradles, we do have some parents that, just a little bit of extra help would help them to be able to put their child into Cradles and then go to work or school or whatever they're doing. And so $90 would be able to support one child for 1 week. So if anyone would like to support Cradles and sponsor a child for the week, for the month, or for the year, please call the Hope Center at 825-1244. Also, our annual fall banquet is coming up. Are you girls excited?
I am.
It's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and so it takes a lot of time and preparation, and we've been doing this since, March? Mm-hmm. And so there's lots of hands that are working tirelessly to make this banquet happen. And so we want to make sure that everyone is invited who would like to attend. And it is by invitation, but we would love to get you an invitation if you're interested in participating in the banquet. It is our fundraiser. It's October 13th. And if you want to hear more about the banquet and how you could be a support, if you want to volunteer at the banquet to help set up or tear down, we could also use you as well. So call the Hope Center at 825-1244.
Well, coming up, we have Tammy, who is our staff RN with us, and she will be in our Hope Kitchen, and I'm so excited for what she's making. We're going to have that for lunch. It's going to be so good.
I'm excited as well.
Yes, so we'll see you soon in our Hope Kitchen.
The Hope Center is in need of volunteers. Some areas of need are housekeeping, volunteer nurses, advocates, and Cradles Child Care. If there's a particular area of the center that touches your heart, that's where you could donate your time, talent, and treasure. If you are interested in volunteering at the center, please call 825-1244 or visit our website at hopecenterconnorsville.com and click on Get Involved. Hey, welcome back to our show. We're in the Hope Kitchen, and we have been here for a while, so I'm very excited that we're here. And today we have 3 new recipes to share with you. I'm here with Tammy Roberts. She's our nurse manager. And so, Tammy, what do you have for us today?
Well, we're going to make 3 separate things. The first thing we're going to make is ranch Parmesan chicken. We have a vegetable casserole, and we're going to make homemade ice cream in a bag.
I'm excited about that one.
Yes, the kids will be excited about that too. So the first thing we're going to make is our ranch Parmesan chicken. And the recipe talks, it takes 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 1 packet of ranch dressing, the dry mix, 3/4 a cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1/2 cup of melted butter, 3/4 a cup of cheese, and we're going to have it in our baking dish. We're going to spray our baking dish.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to do is just spray the baking dish because you don't want it to stick.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've got 4 boneless skinless chicken breasts, and you can buy the frozen.
Yeah.
I just bought fresh to save some time here. And we get the thin because
Yeah, I do too. I'm not a big fan of like the really thick
Right.
stuff. I try to keep the thin.
Well, if you get the thick, sometimes it's hard to tell when they get done.
Yeah.
The pieces on the edges will get done and dry out, and then sometimes it can be really chewy, and nobody likes chewy chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the dry ingredients first. And we're going to take 1 package of the ranch dressing.
You want me? I'm going to cut
Yes,
this open
go
for you
ahead and do
while
that.
you're measuring.
And then it calls for panko breadcrumbs. And panko is a little different than regular breadcrumbs. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, it's a lot airier, lighter, and they're larger crumbs than just the regular breadcrumbs. Thank you. It's 3/4 a cup.
Put this in here?
Yes, please, right on top of that. And it calls for 3/4 a cup of Parmesan cheese. Now you can use the powdered Parmesan, you can use the shredded Parmesan, but I also like Parmesan Romano and Asiago. Any of those kind of cheeses like that you can put in here kind of gives it a little zippy, zingy flavor. So I'm going to add 3/4 a cup of that.
I usually buy like the regular, I don't want to call it a brick, but it's like a triangle of the Parmesan, and that's, I grade my own, I shred my own.
Right.
I like it because it's fresher, it just has a better, to me, it has a better flavor.
It's cheaper though too. I mean, like,
I
you're
think
paying
so.
for someone else to
Packaging.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to put some gloves on because normally at home I wouldn't do this, but
For the sake of TV.
yes,
time.
and I don't want to get it all over me. We also have our butter that's already melted here, and it's 1 1/2 cups of melted butter. And you just take your chicken breast, and you're going to place it in the butter.
I mean, buttery.
And we're going to place it in our mixture. And you're gonna, when you do this, you want to make sure that you press in the breadcrumbs and the cheese and that mixture so that it's well coated, okay?
Oh,
It's
that
gonna
looks
look like
good.
it smells really good. The ranch makes it smell wonderful. So again, we're gonna place this in our butter and make sure it's coated well on both sides.
Yeah.
This smells good, and this makes your whole kitchen smell good.
I've seen the finished product, and I'm just so already thinking I can't wait till lunchtime because this is going to be really good.
Yes, this is what we're having for supper tonight, dear. And these, even though these are thin, these
I was
are
gonna
pretty.
say these are very large,
Yeah, they're
thinly cut chicken
yes,
breasts.
they are. They may be thin, but they are really large.
Some of them you get, they're like really tiny and barely feeds
Right.
3 people, and so these are they're really big.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, again, as I'm pressing that in, getting them well coated. And I always hate any fat or anything like that that's on there. I
Yeah.
got to take it off. All right.
So I've never dipped my chicken in like butter. Usually
Uh-huh.
they say just dip it in milk and then flour or an egg and flour. And so this recipe makes my mouth water just thinking about how rich I'm sure this probably tastes.
Right. It's going to taste very rich. Okay. I'm going to make a little more room over here. Now, with the remaining stuff, sometimes I just take a little bit of this and I just drizzle a little bit of the remaining butter. You don't want it too buttery, but just a little bit of butter over the remaining chicken. And then we have a little bit of our crust or breading left over, and I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top of the chicken. And we are going to put this in the oven, and you want to put it in and leave it uncovered because all this is going to crisp up and it's going to be nice and golden brown.
Put your gloves in there, and then
Yes.
we'll move kind of stack it all together
Yes.
here. We want room for our finished product.
Yes.
Okay, so we put that in the oven for how long?
You put it in there for about 45 minutes. You'll know when it's done. And if your chicken breasts are really thin, then it may be a little less. It may be half an hour, but you can look at it and you know when it starts to get that golden brown.
Yeah.
You know it's done. And the smell will fill your whole kitchen and
And
it'll
that's
be really
at
good.
350?
That's at 350.
Okay.
350 for 30 to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Or until it's done, you'll be able to tell. Next, we're going to go and start with our vegetable casserole. Most kids don't like vegetables unless they're like potatoes or corn.
We're broccoli people at my house. You want to put this whole thing in there, maybe just half?
I would
Three-quarters?
put 3/4 of it in there.
We eat a lot of broccoli at my house. We do sautéed, stir-fried. I steam it a lot.
Well, most kids don't like a lot
Yeah.
of vegetables, but a lot of times if you cover anything with cheese,
Cheese makes everything good.
cheese makes everything better. So this recipe calls for the California blend, and that's broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. But you could also add mushrooms or onions or green peppers, whatever kind of vegetables that your family would like, you can add that. And of course, we're going to spray the bottom of our pan because
I want to stick
it will, yes, with cheese, it will become very sticky. So we've got, and the recipe calls for a 16-ounce bag, but we use a little more. So also the recipe calls for 1 can of cream of mushroom, but we don't really like mushrooms in our house. And so we like the cream of chicken. I know you do
I was
too.
going to say, I use cream of chicken a lot or cream of celery. My husband likes mushrooms. My kids and I really don't care for them. I don't mind the flavor,
Right.
but I just don't like the texture of them. So I use cream of chicken or cream of celery
Right.
if I can.
And they also have, if you're worried about like sodium, they have the low sodium cream of chicken or cream of mushroom. They also have the heart healthy, reduced fat. I think they have several different versions. So whatever your family prefers, yes. So we're going to open this up. Okay.
Okay, so we've got, you can go ahead and mix that, and then we're going to add a third of a cup of sour cream. Is that what this is?
Yes,
Okay.
a third of a cup of sour cream. And then again, you can use the fat-free sour cream if you'd like.
Okay, and then we've got 1.5 cups of shredded Swiss.
Yes, and we'll add that.
And then 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar.
Yes.
And then
And then
sour
we're going to,
cream.
the sour cream, and we got the French fried onion rings too.
Oh, yes. So these go in the mix and then on top as well, or just
Yes.
on
You can put them on top as well, but you put them in.
the... Do you want to go ahead and sprinkle or just give it a second?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and we'll put this in here because sometimes it's easier just to mix it all in the pan.
How much do you put in here?
You put about half of the box.
I love these things.
They are really good, and they make it really crunchy and sweet.
I've had the cheddar version of those, and they're really good. I bought them by mistake, and I made a green bean casserole, and I didn't realize that they were cheddar until I started to make it, and I thought, oh, here it goes, but it was really good. I was very surprised. My family was like, this is really good.
That's good. Well, we're
Okay,
going to
so-
set this over here.
Yep.
We're going to
Mix it all up, and
Mix
how
it
long
all
do
up.
you bake that?
You bake that for about 45 minutes
Okay.
at
Okay.
350.
So, okay, I'm really excited. I've got to reach over and grab our
Yes.
ice and our...
This is the favorite part. This is what everybody likes.
So here's our finished product of ice cream that we made ahead of time for TV's sake. But
But we're going
What do
to
we have?
Okay, first of all, you need a gallon baggie and you need a quart size bag. We're going to take 1 cup of our half and half, and we're going to put that in the bag. We're going to take 3 tablespoons of sugar.
try to
We want to
get it
have
in here.
Yeah, we want to have a pinch of salt.
Like kosher, like
Just regular
salt?
table salt,
So
yes.
like
just a pinch, yeah.
Okay.
And then we're going to take our vanilla, and it takes about 1/8 of a teaspoon, but I'm just going to pour it in and kind of look, all right?
That's good. And then here we have regular like rock salt. Is that what this
That's
is?
our
Like
that's our
you
rock
sprinkle on the
salt, yes.
sidewalk.
So when you place it all in the bag, you're going to make sure you got all the air out of it.
Make sure this is closed.
You're going to fill this bag about 1/3 of a way full. Go ahead and pour some rock salt. We'll just
Oh,
pour it
you
on top of the
actually
ice. Yes.
pour it in there. Okay.
You actually pour it in on the ice.
How much do you use? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. It's like whatever you would use for the when you're making homemade ice cream,
Okay.
regular. You want to make sure that all the air is, and you want to make sure that the bag is sealed.
Okay, so
and
this
this
is my
gets
favorite
really
part.
cold, so you're going to want to get some towels or gloves or something like that and shake.
Okay, so we're going to be loud for a minute, but I'm excited about this. How long do we
So,
take this?
It takes about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. And
Okay,
it's done.
so we're not going to have 7 minutes
Right.
for TV time,
Right.
but we go ahead and
So
take this
when
for
you
7
do,
minutes.
yes, and it will get firm. And what we do is we take and put like strawberries and blueberries. That way you're not adding a bunch of syrup. And this is starting to melt a
It's-
little bit because
yeah.
it's been out. But
I like strawberries.
now strawberries are really good.
And you could probably even, I don't know.
We have some chocolate that you can take a chocolate bar and just shave it, because sometimes if you get chocolate without like the chocolate chips and stuff, it gets a little too cold because the ice cream's cold, and this way it's
Yeah.
very...
Oh my goodness, that looks so yummy. Can't wait to try it.
Go, okay.
All right,
And-
so now our finished products.
Yes.
We have baked our chicken for 40 minutes.
Surprise!
I'm excited. This looks really good.
And this is our chicken,
Let me sit
and it
this over here.
smells really good.
It does. And then our vegetables we have baked for about 40 minutes as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That looks so good.
It's good and cheesy and yummy and...
And it wasn't, none of this was very difficult to make.
No.
And I think the kids would enjoy helping work with the dessert.
Yes. Oh, they will have a ball because kids like doing all that. So.
Okay. Well, Tammy, thank you for sharing your recipes with us and bringing this to our viewers. I know that we've had several compliments on our segment, and I just want to thank you for spending some time with me today in our
Thank
Hope
you for
Kitchen.
having me. This was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed our time. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Hope Kitchen. Bye.
The Hope Center would love to partner with you. I'm always looking for people who believe in Hope's mission. 19 years later, our mission continues to be to provide physical, emotional, and spiritual support while empowering individuals and families to make life-affirming decisions. I would love to meet one-on-one with you to explain all of Hope's services. Any monthly gift given will bring hope to our community. Remember, hope can change everything.
Ladies, did that food not look delicious?
It was amazing.
Oh my goodness. I am still just, it smelled so good, it looked good, and it tastes really good too.
Yeah, I wasn't in the kitchen when you girls were cooking, but I was out in the hallway and oh my gosh, it smelled delicious.
Yeah, and that homemade ice cream is so easy to do, and I'm so excited to take it home and to do it like over holiday weekends, the long weekends when you have, like get a family get together or whatever. It's so easy, and everybody can make their own.
Right.
And then they can put on their own toppings or whatever, and it's,
And you don't even need an ice cream maker.
No.
Just the plastic bag, the ice, and the rock salt.
Yeah, so cool. And shake it.
And shake it.
Good
It's a
exercise.
workout.
Awesome.
You gotta shake it for like 5 to 7 minutes, and until it like kind of gets firm. It's a good workout.
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm excited to have that food for lunch. I was in the Hope Kitchen while you guys were making it. I was kind of like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's going to be so good.
Yeah, it is very good. So yes, thank you,
Yes.
Tammy, for providing
Yes,
lunch
thank
today.
You.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the Hope Center hosted a baby show at the county fair this year, and we just want to share some pictures with you.
That was so much fun. I know we were a little nervous on, this being our first year, not doing the baby show before, and so I think it was a lot of fun. I think people enjoyed it.
I heard a lot of compliments.
I did too.
And so I am not one of those baby show type people, but I had a good time, and it was fun. Providing all the gifts and
Yeah.
seeing all the babies. They're just cute.
They have asked us to host it again next year, so we'll start planning and getting our ideas together for next year. So pictures 1 and 2 we'd like to share with you. We decorated the Miller Building in our Golden Books theme, and we provided a backdrop for the contestants to be able to take their pictures, and I think that went over really well. They really enjoyed it, and they used it and went and took their pictures, and I think some of them posted them on Facebook, and so
It was so colorful. Like it matched anything anybody was wearing, and it was a great, lively backdrop.
Yeah, and I liked having it back there, and people could do it at their leisure because they could take pictures before or after, and I think some may even take it during when their babies were getting a little restless, because it's kind of a long time to sit from, when you're coming in to register until you actually get up on the stage, and so to have something for them to do, I think it was good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
It flowed well.
We also want to thank our wonderful judges that participated this year, Marcy Coons, Billy Kester, and Tracy Caldwell. They really had a lot of fun. I even received a couple thank you cards from them saying what a wonderful job and how well it flowed. And I'm just so thankful to those 3 ladies that came out and were able to judge. They said it was very, very difficult to judge
bet.
all of those babies.
Yeah.
They wanted to choose them all. So we had wonderful participation this year. We had about 80 applicants that came out and participated. So it was, for our first year, it went really well. Our registration team consisted of Hope volunteers and also healthy families came out and volunteered, and I'm so thankful to those ladies that worked hard to be there and just help at our registration tables. They really did help us a lot this year.
Great partnership.
Yes, and I think they're willing to do it next year. So.
That's good.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, and the car seats for the division winners.
Yes.
From
The
the
Children's Bureau donated car seats, and so 17 car seats went to division winners. And then they also donated baby gates, and so those went to the prince and princess that we crowned at the end of the evening. So that was a wonderful donation as well. So we thank the Children's Bureau for doing that. And we had many other donations from other businesses in town, and so we're really thankful for those donations as well. And then finally, we crowned our prince and princess. They were so
adorable.
cute.
Cute.
Yes, it was adorable. So what a wonderful evening we had at the fair this year, and we're so excited for next year. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
And you know, the prince and princess, they were so excited. They got their picture taken with the queen and her court,
Yes.
and then their parents, and so it was in the newspaper, and so that'd be a great keepsake for the baby books.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for watching Hope Happenings.
Visit our website at hopecenterconnersville.com.
And remember, hope can change everything.